Hey team, so today we're going to be going over the squat snatch, which is a progression of the previous power snatch video, as well as a fundamental Olympic lift. We're going to see this a lot within our strength progressions in class in the Renegade program, and also in workouts as well. So what the squat snatch looks like, give you guys 2 reps. Like that. Alrighty guys, so before we actually start breaking down the squat snatch, we're going to go over the prerequisites we want you guys to have in order to be able to squat snatch safely as well as efficiently. The first one being the power snatch. So we're going to need a sound understanding of the power snatch in order to have the mechanics to transfer over to the squat snatch. The second one being a solid overhead squat. The reason we want this is the main difference between the power snatch and the squat snatch is where we're receiving it. We are going to be passing through an overhead squat motion, so we need to be comfortable to A, go through that motion, and B, receive a barbell at the bottom of that overhead squat. Alrighty guys, so first thing we're going to go over is grip width as well as setup position. So both are going to be the exact same as for our power snatch, so we'll just briefly touch on this. For grip width, when you're standing with that barbell up at the hip crease, should be sitting in that fleshy zone above your pelvic bone but below the hip bones, so roughly somewhere around here. Cool. In terms of our setup position, we want our hips or feet sitting underneath the hip, slight out turn of the toes. What that's going to look like, roughly here. Cool. Remembering to brace that midline, create tension through the lat before we come off the ground. Alright, so the second step is going to be that first pull. So as we went over before, the first pull is going to take the barbell from that setup position to above the knee. So moving from here to here and back. Cool. So what we're focusing on here, pushing the ground away, hips and shoulders coming up at the same time, pulling those knees back until we're above the kneecaps. Cool. Alright, so now we're on to the third step, or the second pull. So the second pull is going to entail taking the barbell from above the knee to full extension through the hip and through the knee. And what we're focusing on here, as opposed to that nice constant speed coming off the ground to the knee in the first pull, we're focusing on trying to accelerate the barbell, so pretty much just going from here to here as quick as possible, trying to get the barbell moving as fast as possible, as well as making it feel as light as possible to give us enough time to transition up and under the barbell. So what that second pull looks like, just like that. So lastly, we're going to discuss the receiving position. So much like the power snatch, feet are going to go from pull stance underneath the hip to a little bit wider in our squat stance. The only thing that's going to change, instead of punching up underneath the barbell, catching nice and tall here, we're going to go down, receive it in that full squat position and stand. So I'm going to quickly break it down on the PVC pipe, then we'll go over the full thing. So starting at mid-shin, we're going to come up, extending, pulling, we're going to pull under, receive, stand back up, just like that. Remembering that when we're coming underneath the barbell, we're actively punching up into that barbell, making sure that we're receiving it in a nice solid overhead position. We're not having to worry about all wobbly or that barbell coming crashing down on us. Cool, so what that looks like on the barbell, we're going to set up. Remember, punching up into that barbell. Nice snappy turn over there. Alrighty guys, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the common faults we usually see within the squat snatch. All of the common faults from the power snatch are going to carry over to the squat snatch as well. So we're going to focus on a few more that are squat snatch specific. The first of that being not reaching full extension. Now this also happens and occurs in the power snatch, but it's of extra importance during the squat snatch. So what not extending looks like, coming down like that. Cool. So Why this is very important in the squat snatch, if you are using the arms from here versus here, you're getting this much extra elevation just by standing the barbell up and being a little bit more patient. Now that can be the difference between making a lift and not making a lift. So all you want to do to fix this one, just be a little bit more patient before using the arms, focus on coming up, 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 and then under the barbell, like that. Fault number 2 that we see is losing connectedness to the barbell. So what typically happens when we see this is athletes will extend fully all the way up, they'll find that fully extended position, then they'll rush to get underneath the barbell, forgetting about pulling through the barbell, maintaining tension through the arms, resulting in the barbell crashing on them. So what that looks like that. As you can see, I found my hips, then I rushed to get underwards, and if there was a barbell with a little bit more load on, it would have crashed down on me on this bottom position, making it really difficult to stand and recover the lift up, typically resulting in me being spit out backwards like that. So what we're going to want to do to fix this, when we hit that full extension, we want to think about pulling through the barbell, pulling ourselves down, 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 down into that full receiving position, then standing that barbell up from there. Alright guys, so lastly, we're going to go over some progressions that are going to move us towards squat snatching more efficiently. So these can be performed on a broomstick, PVC pipe, empty barbell, or even with a barbell. They're all going to progress you from most simple to the full squat snatch movement. So we're going to start nice and easy with a hang power snatch. So snatch grip on, up at the top, we're going to come down, we're going to extend all the way up, punching under, a little bit quicker. The next movement we're going to go over is the overhead squat. So you can leave that barbell up overhead from the previous movement. From here, we're thinking nice active shoulders, pressing up into the bar. We're going to sit back, down, stand back up, back down, stand back up like that. Cool. Focusing on keeping that bar nice and stable overhead, not letting those shoulders sag, keeping nice and active into the bar. Next up, we're going to combine the hang power snatch as well as the overhead squat. We're going to get a hang squat snatch. So I'm going to break it down really, really slow. So setup is going to be the exact same as the hang power snatch. So we're going to come down to above the knee, driving that ground away, extending all the way up, pulling through the barbell. Once we get to about this height, instead of catching here, we're going to pull ourselves under, receiving in the bottom of an overhead squat, standing up nice and tall. So what that looks like, coming down, coming up, and over, just like that. Cool. There you have it, guys. That's the squat snatch.